Good morning, students. Let's complete today the chapter of agriculture, which has been continuously, since the last 4 lectures or 5 lectures, I guess, continuously. It was not ending, it was just continuously moving. Uh, but I would guarantee you one thing that this particular lecture would actually make you think that are we going somewhere wrong or are we actually moving in a right direction? Or maybe the news which you are seeing on or your everyday televisions, is it the right thing which is being delivered to you, or is something that or the is the larger picture being hidden from you? So without wasting time and without cutting the surprises, or sorry, not without cutting the surprises, cutting the surprises, let's directly jump on to the chapter agriculture and let's complete this chapter today. So, as you know that guys, in the 1970s to, or sorry, the 1960 to 1970s, there were a lot of talk about, launching green revolution, Operation Flood, dairy improvement and all this and all that jazz. But actually even the laws were made, but somehow they were only being left till the part of laws. The word action was actually missing, or the enactment of the laws was missing. So the government decided that finally now we have made the system, now we need to ensure that all of these laws are enacted and are actually being absorbed by the public of India. So what they did in the 1980 to 1990, there was this comprehensive land development program. What do you mean by comprehensive? That would include all, a larger scale. So comprehensive land development program was initiated. Now, what were the key topics or what were the key points which was being taken? Provision for crop insurance against drought, flood, cyclone or the natural calamities. What do you mean by this? For example, एक farmer ने एक crop को grow किया और यदि अनफॉर्चुनेटली नेचुरल कैलेमिटीज की वजह से कुछ डिजास्टर हो गया, से लैंडस्लाइड्स हो गए, फ्लड्स आ गए, साइक्लोन आ गया, स्नोफॉल हो गया, जिसकी वजह से उसकी पूरी की पूरी क्रॉप खराब हो गई, तो इसमें उसकी क्रॉप के लिए एक इंश्योरेंस का पैरामीटर था. मींस गवर्नमेंट वुड पे सर्टेन अमाउंट बेस्ड ऑन द काइंड ऑफ डिस्ट्रक्शन व्हिच हैज हैपेंड. Fire and disease, establishment of Grameen banks, loan to farmers, low interest rates, etc. फार्मर्स के लिए और भी गवर्नमेंट ने बहुत सारी फैसिलिटीज रखी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दे वुड बी गिवन लोन ऑन वेरी लोअर इंटरेस्ट रेट्स. That means if they want some money, so they don't need to go to those zamindars begging for the payments at very high rates or dishonest, people. So they would directly approach the government, which would, love to give them loans or small loans at a very, very lower cost. So which was a fantastic thing which could happen, at least for the farmers. KCC, which is known as Kisan Credit Card. KCC, Kisan Credit Card, which was a kind of a card, a token through which if these people would go to the banks, they would be able to take an advance without even putting their land on mortgages या किसी भी चीज को रखने के बजाय they can actually get the advance for purchasing seeds, for purchasing a number of different inputs which they require for growing a crop. PAIS, that is Personal Accident Insurance Scheme. Personal Accident Insurance Scheme. So PAIS was also being launched, which would, guarantee that if in the event of death of the main person or who was responsible for growing these crops and selling these crops, if that person is dead or no more due to any reason, then their family would be given a certain amount. So that was a good thing. Special agricultural bulletins was being promoted on radio and televisions. Special programs meant dedicatedly for the farmers was being run across all of these channels. Say one of the program which was being run on Doordarshan, and it is still being run, I guess, is known as Krishi Darshan. So this program was a major hit. Now, of course, people like you or me who belong to, kind of the urban population would not like to see all of a sudden a Krishi Darshan program right in the middle of the channels, and that's the reason why there were separate channels being introduced dedicatedly which would help whom? The farmers. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड जिस ढंग से आपके नॉलेज का अपग्रेडेशन होता है व्हेन यू गो टू स्कूल्स, कॉलेज, यूनिवर्सिटीज, कोचिंग सेंटर्स, गुड टीचर्स एंड ऑल ऑफ दीज पीपल लाइक मी, just joking guys, of course like me. Anyway, so when you go to all of these particular places, these places guarantees you that your knowledge or your level is being upgraded. How would you come to know that what is actually happening around your world? Because technically it's next to impossible for every individual to roam each and every country. And if you haven't roamed each and every country, how would you come to know that how are they practicing agriculture? हर कंट्री में कुछ ना कुछ तो अच्छा होता ही होगा जहां से आप कुछ पॉइंट्स ले सकते हो. For example, guys, if you have got some time, and I think everybody should do it, you need to type agriculture in Israel, okay? And you would see that Israel, in spite of not having the resources or the natural resources with them, or in spite of not having the kind of rain which India receives, still they are one of amongst the main producers in terms of what? In terms of fruits, in terms of high value products, and that's what has made their country so developed and so advanced. So I'm not saying that our country is lagging somewhere, but of course we have got a lot of catch up to do. Why? Because when people like you who are the next generation, if they are going to go in this line, they are going to create a lot of jobs, a lot of employment over there. Let's see now why I am talking about MSP. Guys, all of these full forms needs to be remembered. It's very, very important for you to understand the meaning or the deep meaning of these words. MSP stands for minimum support price. That means that यदि फार्मर ने अपनी एक क्रॉप को पूरा का पूरा ग्रो कर लिया है, जब वो हार्वेस्ट करके उसको मार्केट में लेके जाए, and just in the case if the middlemen and all those traders are not ready to give the right amount of price to that farmer, वो फार्मर तो बेचारा मर ही जाएगा. बिकॉज पूरे टाइम उसने 6 महीने 5 महीने 4 महीने इतनी मेहनत करी है, इतनी उसने कॉस्ट उसमें डाली है in the terms of manures and fertilizers and pesticides, insecticides and all of these and seeds, and then the time constraint or the time जो उसने अपना इनपुट डाला है, यदि उसको एक जस्टिफाइड प्राइस नहीं मिले तो ऑफ कोर्स ही विल गो इनटू डिस्ट्रेस और ही विल फील वेरी सैड अबाउट इट. इन दिस केस यू वुड सी, आप कभी कभी पेपर में जब न्यूज़ पढ़ते होगे तो उसमें आता होगा कि फार्मर्स ने सुसाइड कर लिया. थिंक अबाउट इट, अ फार्मर हु इज जस्ट वर्किंग सो हार्ड ऑन द फील्ड, जहाँ पर हम लोग अपने अच्छे महंगे महंगे शूज पहन करके जाते हैं, दे आर गोइंग बेयर foot or bare feet. Think about it, why will that particular farmer commit a suicide or a heinous act like suicide? Because he doesn't have any other way. His all the time of around 6 months along with the money has been lost because the traders are not going to give him the right price of his produce. So government decided to launch a program which was known as MSP, that is minimum support price. So if you are talking about minimum support price, that means that price would guarantee कि यदि किसी भी ट्रेडर ने इस प्राइस से कम उस क्रॉप को खरीदने की कोशिश करी, then the farmer has got always an option to go to the government centers and demand that MSP for his crop produce. It's a good thing, right? Procurement. गवर्नमेंट ने ये भी डिसाइड किया कि जो भी कुछ एक्सेस अमाउंट रहेगा, वी विल स्टार्ट प्रोक्योरिंग मींस परचेजिंग फ्रॉम फार्मर्स टू क्रिएट अ बफर. बफर मीन्स एक्स्ट्रा स्टॉक जस्ट इन द केस कभी कोई नेचुरल कैलेमिटी आ गया या कभी किसी को फूड ग्रेन्स बांटने पड़े, कभी कोई साइक्लोन आ गया या ऑल दीज अर्थक्वेक्स आ गए, देन दे वुड हैव अ बफर स्टॉक. चेक एक्सप्लॉयटेशन ऑफ फार्मर्स बाय द मिडलमैन. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, यदि ये मिडलमैन का चक्कर बीच में से हट जाए, life would be just so smooth. But the problem is that government needs to think that why these middlemen are over there on the first case. Imagine करो, यदि आप या मैं एक फार्मर हैं और हमने अपना एक क्रॉप को प्रोड्यूस किया एंड इफ वी वांट टू सेल इट इन द ओपन मार्केट, ऑफ कोर्स एक ट्रक लेकर के तो हम लोग पूरा का पूरा रोड पे तो बैठ नहीं सकते, बिकॉज दैट्स ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ grains, food, cereal and all those particular crops which we discussed during the last 3 days. In these cases, there should be some kind of a storage facility which will be given to a farmer so that if the price is not desirable as per his standards, he can keep that particular grain or the storage over there at a very very cheaper cost. If suppose that thing would be over there, I think farmers would rather wait rather than selling all their produce. So these kind of facilities should be emphasized, I mean, by the government, and government is of course taking lot of steps to address all these problems. But in such a diverse country like India, it takes time. And of course, because you need to, why? Because it's a democratic country, so you just cannot take decisions on your own. So every of the public and every of the decision makers and the stakeholders needs to be discussed before agreeing to a decision. Now, Bhudan. Now it's a very beautiful case study, guys, for you, where you need to understand that is this thing right or wrong. So Mahatma Gandhi ji declared Vinoba Bhave as the spiritual heir. Now, what do you mean by spiritual heir? That means that Mahatma Gandhi ji ने बोला कि मेरे जाने के बाद में जब यदि मुझे कुछ हो जाए और on the occasion of my death or demise, he is supposed to be taking this particular thing, right? So this particular person, Mr. Vinoba Bhave, would take the fight or would take the teachings of Gandhiji to the mass public. He took a Padayatra, or they took Padayatra. Padayatra means they started, traveling by road and spreading all what actually Mahatma Gandhi taught them. Padayatra spread Gandhiji's message. So as I told you, that kept on spreading Gandhiji's message. There was this event which is being discussed in your book. It's also in the history book as well. Pochampalli. Pochampalli is the name of a place in Andhra Pradesh. So in Andhra Pradesh, they started demanding. So some of the people said, okay, we are done with your lecture and everything. बहुत अच्छा lecture था आपका. But problem ये है कि हम लोग काफी economically well deprived हैं. That means we cannot afford to purchase our own land. So we do not have our own land. अब जब हमारे पास में land ही नहीं है, तो in that particular case, how should we grow or grow crops onto that particular piece of land? Now the problem is, Vinoba Bhave of course did not promise anything, but they did promise that of course they are going to talk, or they and the team are going to talk to the government about why not we give certain amount of land to these landless farmers so that they will also have a work to do, and along with that India's crop production can be increased, which was a fantastic thing. Now while all this discussion was going on, there was this one gentleman, and he was a true charitable person. So if you can see, this particular person was named as Sri Ramchandra Reddy, and Sri Ramchandra Reddy offered 80 acres of land to these 80 farmers. And these 80 were not the normal farmers. These 80 were whom? These 80 were the farmers who never had a piece of land. So when they never had a piece of land, and Mr. Ramchandra Reddy offered that, okay, you can take my 80 acres and start growing anything at all. Imagine उनकी lifelong, ये जो आपने उनके लिए काम किया है, अब उसके लिए उनके पास में lifelong वो आपके लिए indebted होंगे. क्यों? Because now they are having a permanent employment throughout their life for themselves as well as for their kids. Think about it. People who give charity in the name of n number of people whom you haven't seen, why can't you just do some kind of this particular kind of thing to this sector, and people would love it? Why not just contribute one single day in the entire month to farming? Why not go to that particular farmer and ask that, okay, do you require any kind of help? If you do require, this is our phone number, you can call us and we would be over there, on Sundays, Saturdays, whenever. Imagine if each and every individual starts supporting such a great cause, India would be, benefiting from your brains, because then you can ask and also understand that where are these guys going wrong. आप उनसे पूछ सकते हो कि आपका प्रोसेस कैसे होता है. Can we volunteer one day in the field? Can we understand that how these crops are grown, so that आपको biology या botany की ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी पढ़ने की, because you'll be right over there in the field. You can understand that how these particular growth and high yielding variety of seeds actually work upfront, right? Now let's go. So Mr. Chandra Reddy offered 80 acres of land to 80 land villages. Gradually, some of the people were also scared that under the Land Ceiling Act, government might take their lands back, and that's the reason why they started giving some portion of their land to the landless farmers. So this revolution, which never had any kind of blood or any kind of demand, was known as bloodless revolution. So remember guys, Bhudan or Gramdan is known as bloodless revolution. Okay, let's understand now. Guys, उसी के आगे आपके NCERT टेक्स्ट बुक के अंदर there is this declining trend of agriculture which is continuously going on. This declining share of agriculture is the real cause of concern. Now, whenever I hear people, because nobody wants to do so-called bad jobs or low-lying jobs. Now, why is this low-lying job means? Sir, we don't want to work in the field because we are sir educated people. We don't want to work in that dirt and mud. हमें नहीं अमन करना सर, हम नहीं जाएंगे वो उसके अंदर फील्ड के अंदर गंदी मिट्टी में हाथ करेंगे. Please understand, you guys are the guys of future. खाना तो आपको तब भी खाना पड़ेगा because I am sure that you cannot eat the silicone chips or by the way a mobile phone as your diet, right? So you would require food grain. Now imagine those particular son and daughters of farmers are even now English medium educated or Marathi medium educated or Hindi medium educated. I don't think that they would love to go to the field. They'll say, Papa, aap purane ho gaye ho, let's sell our land and let's start give it to a builder and he is going to develop a multiplex on it. Think about it. If every particular piece of land is being cemented, don't you think it's going to be a severe issue? Where do you think then the food is going to come from? Oh, I guess the food can be imported then, right? So in spite of we being an agricultural country, imagine if we are importing food. That's a beautiful thing to do, right? Anyway, so if you can see that particular graph, you can see that there's continuous declination in terms of contribution of the agricultural sector to GDP. That means majority or many of the people are now moving from that primary sector either to secondary or to the tertiary sector. Now that's not good. Why? Because when a particular sector gets devastated, that means the dependency on that particular sector also gradually gets, losing its shine. That means that people would be more service oriented, but unfortunately the basic necessities would not be over there in your country. I mean, you need to then import each and everything right from outside. Okay, so government now started, thinking on this particular aspect, and then they started taking, or they have started, or they took a lot of steps in the right direction. So they have made ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. Agricultural universities, for example, if you would come to Pune, you would see there is this agricultural university in Pune. If you will go to other different places, you would find agricultural universities over there as well. Veterinary services, there are dedicated now animal breeding center which are going to develop high yielding varieties in poultry, in dairy, in pisciculture, in sericulture and all of these. Horticultural colleges and horticultural developments. Reduction in import duties. Now, ये तो पहले ये वाला part हो गया. Now, I'll tell you about the word reduction in import duties. Please understand that all of these colleges are continuously, coming up. So government is taking a right step in the right direction, but still the enrollment ratio is very, very few because a lot of people do not want to indulge or engulf into this particular thing. And that's not a good thing to do. Why? Because if you are thinking in terms of money, agriculture is the right answer. You can earn tons and tons of money because land is like that golden, goose which will continuously give you that golden egg. Remember that story of the golden hen जो continuously egg देती रहती थी? If you are going in a service sector, in an industrial sector, that's also good, but please understand that's only for a fixed span of your life. So that means till 40 and 50 or 60 you will be working, and उसके बाद में जो भी पैसा कमाया होगा वो केवल हॉस्पिटल्स में ही जाएगा. But if you go into the agriculture or such kind of a field, it is sustainable throughout your life. So that's a pretty, good thing. And who is asking you to, by the way, go over there and, sow seeds? You can get that particular thing like a tractor or like an advanced machine which can actually do that. Shockingly, guys, none of you might be knowing, but even if you know, that's a good thing. Imagine when I am talking about the word US, Europe, it's actually the public which makes that country great. इमेजिन आज से करीबन 10 साल या 15 साल या 20 साल पहले कि मैं आपको बात बता रहा हूँ, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट राइट नाउ, वे बिफोर देन यू, सम ऑफ द डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज लाइक यूएस, यूके, यूरोपियन कंट्रीज, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, जापान, they had dedicated planes who can, by the way, directly go and spread what? Insecticide and pesticides on their farm. Because their farmlands used to be huge and they thought that this would be a very economical way to do it. So they are not talking about the proper planes, but that was, a very small kind of a plane, and this plane used to just go over on the field and used to disperse the insecticide and pesticides. Imagine, and that's the reason why those guys are able to grow their economy at such a steady, fast pace, because for them, time is the real money. But over here, our farmers, unfortunately, do what? They waste a lot of time in growing and sowing and then putting fertilizers. So it technically, takes around 5 months to 6 months to grow one crop, while those particular countries would develop around 2 months to 3 months to develop one crop. As I told you, even in the last lecture also, or I think the last to last, or whenever, I don't remember, just type on Google this particular word, or type on YouTube this particular word known as hydroponics. HYDRO, hydro as in hydrogen wala hydro, hydroponics, PONICS. If you will type this word hydroponics, you can actually understand that even India is now going in that direction. You would see that is entirely a soil-free cultivation of crops, which is a fantastic thing. And people are not earning in lakhs, they're earning in crores. So I'm not asking you that in spite of learning or studying science, you need to actually go into farming, but you can think that as a permanent job creator. Let's move ahead. Now, one of the deterrent is, जब government ने जब एक globalization वाला word लेकर के आए, so they started reducing the import duties. जब आप import का मतलब क्या होता है? Import means when you are bringing something from some other country to your country. और जब भी आप कभी अपनी country से किसी चीज़ को बाहर भेज रहे होते हो, so that is export. So for example, if I am talking about रत्नागिरी या महाराष्ट्र के जो अल्फांसो मैंगोज हैं, that is exported to all the other countries. While import का मतलब हो जाएगा, say for example, Apple के phones. I'm not talking about Apple. That Apple के phones जो आते हैं, that is imported because वो आप बाहर से अंदर मंगवाते हो. So जब भी ये रिडक्शन, जो import duties में रिडक्शन हुआ, उसकी वजह से वर्ल्ड के अंदर जो ज़्यादा डेवलप्ड इकोनॉमीज थी, उनका सस्ता मटेरियल इंडिया के अंदर आने लगा. और उसने तो लिटरली ऐसा काम कर दिया that they literally broke the back of the farmers, because our farmers were either way not that fully developed. So उनका जो प्रोड्यूस होता है, उनका प्रोड्यूस भी थोड़ा सा एक्सपेंसिव हो जाता है as compared to those developed countries, and that is the reason why our farmers could not sustain. So people started moving right from the part of primary agriculture to tertiary sector, okay, or the primary sector to tertiary sector. Let's move now on to the next word, that is food security. Food security के अंदर first concept आता है that why are we talking about food security? See, because not everybody is blessed like you or like me that we have got our own mobile phones or our own stuff to do things. So we are talking about majority of the population. Now that population actually requires a bare minimum necessity of food. But problem is that food, every time if they are going to go to the market, then food is pretty expensive. If food is expensive, then how can each and every individual buy that food? So for that, government has launched a scheme which is known as Food Security Bill. Now what do you mean by this? That is, food security के अंदर each and every individual who comes below poverty line, so government ने एक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक एक बना करके रखा हुआ है, एक पैरामीटर बना के रखा हुआ है कि जिसकी भी अर्निंग पर डे इससे कम है, उसको हम बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन के अंदर कंसिडर करेंगे. सो उसको बोलते हैं BPL फैमिलीज. BPL फैमिलीज. सो बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन के अंदर जो भी फैमिलीज आती हैं, गवर्नमेंट उनको एक राशन कार्ड देता है. उस राशन कार्ड के थ्रू दे कैन और दे आर एंटाइटल्ड टू गेट व्हाट फ्रॉम द पब्लिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम विच इज नोन एज PDS. पब्लिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के सिस्टम के थ्रू ये लोग कुछ ग्रेन्स और एक फिक्स्ड अमाउंट के अंदर अलग अलग चीजें खरीद सकते हैं एट अ वेरी अफोर्डेबल प्राइस. सर लेकिन इससे क्या होगा, जब किसी के पेट के अंदर ऑलरेडी खाना जा चुका है, सो एटलीस्ट ही वुड बी एबल टू वर्क, ही कैन डू सम पेटी जॉब्स, एंड दैट्स व्हाट इज द एम. बट गवर्नमेंट का अकेला ये एम नहीं था. गवर्नमेंट थॉट that if we are going to distribute this particular grains through this ration shop, that means that we have to purchase the grains also, because private वाले तो इतने high cost में खरीदेंगे. So they started purchasing the grains from whom? From the farmers, and which was actually a very good point for the part of farmers, because now they can sell their produce directly to the government in spite of selling it to middlemen, which is a very good thing. So buffer stock, so that means that government has now needed to maintain that buffer stock. Buffer means surplus stock at their end, and जो भी excess stock होता है गवर्नमेंट उसको PDS के अंदर भेजती है, and PDS वाले जगह जगह पर पब्लिक के लिए अलग अलग अमाउंट के अंदर उनको मटेरियल देने की परमिशन देते हैं at a very cheap price. So this entire system worked very fantastically, and it resulted in a lot of employment all across India in agriculture sector. Availability of food grains to common people at affordable prices. So as I told you that there was availability of these food grains to common people at affordable prices. As you can see now guys, there is a gradual shift. The sentence would make you think twice about where is India leading. There is a gradual shift from cultivation of food crops to fruit crops. Now even farmers are going intelligent day by day. They are also evolving, and now they are no more growing food crops because fruits will actually give them huge amount of money. So they are shifting from food to fruit. But unfortunately, this particular thing has also led to what? Serious consequences. Like what? Like if everybody starts growing fruit crops, then what the public of India is in general going to eat, because then we are going to devoid, or we would be having lesser availability of the basic crops. So यदि आप नीचे का स्टेटमेंट देखोगे, आपके बुक में तो ग्राफ भी दिया हुआ है. So if you can see, there is this reduction in the net sown area. That means जो crops लोग बाग उगाते थे, जो crops farmers आपके grow करते थे, उसमें continuously there is this particular trend which is known as declination. So trend decline हो रहा है. Also पहले जब ग्रीन रिवॉल्यूशन के टाइम पे जिन चीज़ों को हमने जो कि नेचुरल नहीं थे, से फॉर एग्जांपल केमिकल्स लाइक फर्टिलाइजर्स, इंसेक्टिसाइड्स एंड पेस्टिसाइड्स, नाउ दे आर बिकमिंग अ कॉज ऑफ grave concern, because this particular word has now entered into what? Into food chain. And because of this, there are so many new diseases you are now listening, and one of them you can listen to is of course COVID-19. Now land degradation due to aquifers depletion. So when I am talking about the word land degradation, now what do you mean by the word land degradation? Land degradation means because जो rich लोग होते हैं, they can of course afford tube wells and bore wells and underground water को निकालने के लिए. प्रॉब्लम होती है if you will start consuming a lot of underground water, that means that underground water का लेवल धीरे धीरे कम होता जाएगा, which will result into barren land at the top. Now जो रिच ऑफकोर्स फार्मर्स होंगे वो तो ये अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं, बट जो स्मॉल फार्मर्स होंगे उनके फील्ड के अंदर तो पानी ही नहीं जाएगा. सो दैट मीन्स दोज पर्टिकुलर पीपल हु आर द मार्जिनल फार्मर्स आर गोइंग टू गेट व्हाट? रिमूव्ड. एंड इसका मतलब है यदि एक बार उनकी वाली फील्ड के अंदर पानी उतना ज़्यादा नहीं पड़ा, दैट मीन्स दे नीड टू परचेज द हाई यील्डिंग वेराइटी ऑफ सीड्स. अब यदि हर एक ने हाई यील्डिंग वैरायटी ऑफ सीड्स परचेज करना स्टार्ट किया, सो दैट्स अ बिट एक्सपेंसिव आल्सो एज कंपेयर्ड टू द नॉर्मल सीड्स, एंड दे कांट अफोर्ड. सो व्हाट दे डू इज दे सेल देयर लैंड टू दीज रिच फार्मर्स एंड दे मूव ऑन. Now let's move on to the word impact of globalization. So what do you mean by globalization? Globalization means when things are available from the foreign countries to your country and from your country to the foreign country. So trade becomes much more easier because now you can purchase the things that you want even if they are not available in your country. Now, impact of globalization, if you can understand, guys, globalization was not caused in a day. It was right from the part of the colonial period. So Britishers इंडिया के अंदर आए ही अंडर द नेम ऑफ ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी थे, एंड दैट पर्टिकुलर ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी एक्चुअली डिड अ लॉट ऑफ स्टफ. So they wanted, people of India to grow opium. They wanted people of India to grow indigo. Cotton के अंदर उनका बहुत इंटरेस्ट था, spices के अंदर था, so that these spices can move over there. Despite being important producer in rice, coffee, rubber, tea, cotton, वो हम already देख चुके हैं, second largest, first largest, third largest, still India की जो crop है जो produce होता है वो उतना compete नहीं कर पाता है, उतनी tough competition नहीं दे पाता है foreign goods को. क्यों? Because of low quality, might be, but that is not exactly the case. That's also because जो दूसरी कंट्रीज होती हैं वहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट फार्मर्स को बहुत सब्सिडीज एंड बहुत सारी फैसिलिटीज देते हैं. जब उनकी वाली क्रॉप का रेट बहुत सस्ता, क्योंकि उनका जब कॉस्ट ही बहुत सस्ता आएगा, तो ऑफ कोर्स दे आर एबल टू सेल दोज पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स एट अ कंपैरेटिवली लेसर अमाउंट ऑफ कॉस्ट. On the other hand, since India के अंदर cost of these fertilizers and these seeds and the water and the irrigation facilities and the electricity is so high, and that's the reason why farmers are unable to cope up with it. So in spite of being largest country, we are still not up to the standards as compared to some other countries in the world. At the last, guys, you need to understand this part. Diversification is the key to the future. Diversification means किसी भी एक ही चीज के पीछे आंख बंद करके जाओगे तो you are bound to go in the pit. You need to diversify yourself. You need to have n number of knowledge or n number of fields nowadays with you. Now that means that Indian farmers को भी बहुत सारी चीजें सोचनी चाहिए कि क्या उनके वाले फील्ड में कोई और क्रॉप भी वो उगा सकते हैं. कैन दे डू मल्टीपल फार्मिंग? इफ यू कैन टाइप अनदर वर्ड ऑन यूट्यूब saying vertical farming, and you would come to know a different concept altogether, which is going to simply blow your mind. So what my suggestion would be, after seeing this lecture, because the chapter is all the way done, by today, or it is already being done now, please do type these two words on the YouTube, that is hydroponics. जब वो वीडियो किसी भी एक चीज का देख लो, and then please do comment, at least me, so that I can understand whether you have seen or not. Do let me know what have you learned. What do you mean by the word hydroponics? Do you really think it is advantageous for India? Do you really think that people like you or students like you can actually make a future or a career over there? If you are done with that particular video, then second video जो आपके पूरे बाल ही खड़े कर देगा, and that is, guys, vertical farming. Just type vertical farming and you would see developed countries, not only India, developed countries के अंदर ये नया वाला पार्ट हो रहा है. उनको लगता है कि उनकी इतनी सी फील्ड के अंदर भी they can grow plants, and it's amazing, guys. It's amazing. It's a different level technology which they are growing, which you need to understand. And if you think that it's all because of money, that's not exactly that. So thank you, guys, once again for being with me. If you do like the video, then please do comment. If you still don't, please do comment. If you don't feel like commenting, then do whatever, guys, you feel like doing. But please, if you can, guys, with this two videos, I think they would be throughout your life you would be able to understand that कि इस तरह के words भी इंडिया में चलते हैं, all across the world भी चल रहे हैं. So my name is Gautam Jain, logging off for now. Thank you, guys. Cheers. Bye.